Okay, this is the extra examples that we skipped over in class from section 2.3 today. We are looking at part C and D of example 4, using the quadratic formula to solve these. So the first thing is in quadratic formula, everything has to be in standard form, which means you have to have 0 on the other side. So I'm going to move the 16 x squared over by adding it, the negative 16x squared by adding it over. And that makes it positive 16x squared over here. So then our A is 16, our B is 24, and our C is 9. So x equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, get my calculator out. We need to work on the radical part first, so 24 squared. That is not what I want. 24 squared, or just 24 times 24, is 576. I'm going to write that just above here. And then I need to do negative 4 times 16 times 9 to see what I'm going to be either adding or subtracting. So 4 negative times 16 times 9 equals negative 576. So what I get for my next line is negative 24 plus or minus the square root of 0 over 32, which means we don't really need the plus or minus because you're going to be adding and subtracting 0. So this is a singular solution. We could reduce it down by dividing by 8, so that would be negative 3 over 4. So this is what we call a multiplicity of 2, because there are supposed to be 2 solutions. It would just be this twice. So if you actually tried to factor this, that tells me this is factorable because it comes out without a radical. You would get 2 factors exactly the same that both solve to negative 3/4. Okay, let's look at D part. It has fractions in it and it's not in standard form, so first thing I'm going to do is get it in standard form. So 1/7 x squared minus 4/7 x plus 1 equals 0. I'm going to clear the fractions by multiplying everything on both sides by 7. So that would leave me with just x squared, a minus 4x. 7 times 1 is 7. 0 times anything is 0. So my A is 1, my B is negative 4, and my C is 7. So x equals negative 4, so that would be positive 4, plus or minus square root. B squared would be negative 4 squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Working out our radical, we get, this is 16, this is minus 28 over 2. This is 4 plus or minus the square root of, is that negative 6? Double check. Negative 12, sorry. Negative 12 over 2. Now in the next section we'll be able to finish this problem, but since we're in section 2.3, you're not allowed to have a negative under a radical yet. So this is what we consider not a real solution, or no real solution. Sometimes they'll write it that way. So even though this is going to be solvable to finish in the next section, we can't do it yet. So once you've learned complex numbers, you'll be able to finish those out. Okay, that's it for the 2.3 extras.